Okay, great changes are happening right now. Huge incoming energies into the planet. This is the shift of the ages. It's been prophesied for thousands of years. However, in order for us to gracefully move into higher vibrational timelines, we must shift how we think, feel, believe, imagine, and vibrate. And that means it's going to begin with conscious awareness inside. How we think, we're going to have to reprogram it, a lot of us. We can no longer judge. We can no longer project that the problem is out there. We must practice every single day observing all of those thoughts and old programs that are running, the automatics, as I call them in the book, Waking Up in the Dream. We must dismantle any old resentments, any lack of self-worth, shame or guilt, lack of forgiveness for anyone else. We must thank them for perfectly playing their role on our agreed upon soul contract. This must be done. We are receiving assistance from light codes and energies that are coming in, but it's not an automatic. We knew we were going to have to awaken and step into the mindset and the vibration of a higher evolved being that operates from the heart, from love, from realizing that everyone is our mirror. We're all connected. Even the ones that we may see as or label as dark. With a higher level of observation and awareness, you can see, if you're open-minded to it, that everyone is perfectly playing their role to wake us up to things that have been going on for a long time that we've kind of either been unaware of or we've just agreed to. We've entrusted people in governments and two-party systems of opposing. You got to be able to see these programs. And so this is the invitation. And it's super, super exciting. Yes, it's intense right now. And we are going to need to lead and hold space for the others, because a lot of them that haven't wanted to look at their belief system and see that it's a tiny, tiny prison of agreements, that every single belief that people have came from outside of themselves. That was one of my greatest aha moments in 2001 when I saw that. I'm like, oh, this is how people are being controlled and being basically, or staying as automatic reactors. Anything that challenges that tiny little belief system, they automatically have an emotional reaction or trigger because the ego feels threatened. So they continue to loop because we are magnetic beings that are vibrating at frequencies based on our thoughts, our past, any past wounds or traumas that are unhealed, any lack of forgiveness, any judgments for ourselves or others will magnetize in. Like, imagine those little dots in the background. Those are all timelines. They're all happening right now at the same time. Thousands of times per second, or at least hundreds of times per second. But time is slowed down, so we're not really noticing it. But when we begin to use these tools of inner healing and higher levels of conscious awareness and become the conscious observer, the accountable, 100% accountable conscious observer. And we go, oh, I just had that reaction or judgment. It's not about them out there. They're the mirror showing me and the rest of the planet what's still coming up to be healed, cleared, forgiven, or observed from a much higher level of conscious awareness. So this is super, super key to understand. It's going to require 100% accountability from everyone. We can't project that the problem's out there anymore. Sure, we can play our part in shifting, boycotting companies that are poisoning us, boycotting medical facilities that are poisoning us, boycotting anything that's poisonous for our mind or our body, boycotting the media that's lying to us, boycotting governments and saying, no, we're the government now. We're going to unite together in peace. We're not supporting that anymore. It's a no. So it's going to require standing up. It's not about fighting the old. It's about creating the new, coming from a higher vibration of conscious awareness, empowered choices, and creating new ways of uniting together in love. No more separation. Got to get this, or it's going to be a really tough and challenging road. So, if you're interested in the tools, one of the most fastest accelerated ways of identifying these old limiting beliefs, programs, wounds, less than thoughts, triggered projections is the waking up in the dream process. You get a daily tracking sheet. It shows you and reminds you every single day what to observe, what to catch, how when you have a judgment or a trigger or an old wound comes up or a less than feeling or anger or resentment, it shows you how to clear it. Not just to see it, seeing it is part of it, but clearing it is the key, and then replacing it with a new program. I call it permanent subconscious repatterning, and it must be done. So it's good news. We're waking up, we're seeing this stuff, we're being accountable. We're not afraid to admit that there's healing to be done. Of course there's healing to be done. We're unlimited divine beings that were vibrating at such a high rate, and to come down into this human body was super traumatic. Then a lot of other things happened to us, such as trauma at birth, circumcision for a lot of people, vaccines, taking on the belief systems and wounds of our parents and grandparents, being placed into school systems created by Rockefellers and being dumbed down and taught what to think instead of how to think. Now we're going to create new school systems for these wonderful new beings that are coming into the planet. And the waking up in the dream process is the most accelerated thing I've ever found. And your ego might go, of course you're saying that because you wrote the book. No, I'm open to anything you desire to do. But I read a lot of books on healing, and I read a lot of books on abundance and manifestation, and very few of them, if any, taught me how to go in and identify the subconscious programming in the wounds. I had to figure it out on my own, and it took me 17 years of studying to write that book, and another 20 plus years on top of that of identifying and seeing that things were inverted on this planet. From the private Catholic schools that I was in to just the money system and the food system and the health not care system. And it took a long time to put it together and to not be angry about it and resentful. So if you're looking for a fast track, I highly recommend it. It's incredibly affordable, and it will change your reality and the way that you manifest your reality. So one way or the other, we have to do it, okay? Doesn't matter to me how you do it. I just have a system that I've taken thousands of people through, and they all said it was the most life-changing thing they ever did. Because until that time, they were justifying their belief system and they were justifying their reactions because the ego tricked them into believing that they were right based on a wound they were holding or a program or lack or just limiting beliefs. We're unlimited. We've got to start thinking, observing, and manifesting from that mindset. And anything that insults that unlimited truth of our being is a lie. And so rather than get upset about it and project anger or resentment or whatever, which is going to set our magnet to attract more of that to us, we go, oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Wow, I don't like this challenge or feeling that I'm having right now. What is the gift here that is trying to show me about me? It's not about anything else out there. It's about the inner game. And when you finally go, oh, that's how it works, then everything will begin to shift in your reality like that. You'll begin to attract abundance, healing, reversing aging. Yes, I know you might not believe that right now, but that's part of our awakening. Whether it starts off with med beds or speaking to your cells every day, like I have every one of my clients do, loving on these trillions of cells that are consciously aware and awake, and they're listening to every single thought and program that comes in, and then being very selective about what we allow in. Yeah. This is the key. And I'm super inspired to share this because this stuff works quicker and more permanently than anything I've ever found in my life, which is why I share it with people. It's one of my passions, that and working with the wild animals here in Thailand, because it keeps me in my heart all day long, and being out in nature and playing music and connecting with people that are open-minded and are willing to question everything. Because until you're willing to question everything, including your longest held beliefs, and admit that on the grand scale of everything that's in the universe and the multiverse and different dimensions, we really know nothing. And when you can be okay with really knowing nothing, and you just learn to track frequency of the heart and know that everybody's your mirror, things start shifting really quick. That doesn't mean to ever accept abuse from anyone, but you won't continue to attract people like that into your reality because they're on a different frequency. Bless them, love them, and when you can get to the point where you thank everyone that you feel ever did you wrong, you're going to start healing quick. Because everyone that you think ever did you wrong perfectly played their role as part of your soul contract. There's an aha moment that changed a lot for me. True forgiveness is true forgiveness. And how do you know when you've really forgiven someone? Because I see people go, I forgive you, but I'll never forget. That's the ego. That's saying, I'm not really. I know I'm supposed to forgive you, but I'm not really forgiving you. That's what they're actually saying. But when you can go, thank you. That was painful, but you perfectly played your role as part of my agreed upon soul contract, then you're healing. So I intend you find this valuable. You may think I'm way out there. It's okay, but I'm telling you, moving forward, it's all about frequency and vibration. We must heal. We must stop all the judgments, all the separation, all the telling stories of blame and blaming things out there. It's not going to work. So you may fight it, but eventually you're going to have to go, oh, I have to heal. The majority of people don't want to admit that there's anything to heal because, number one, they don't really know how to go about it because we weren't taught that. And they feel like worse if they admit that they've got unhealed trauma or childhood wounds. Well, leaders and people that end up healing go inside and they go, okay, do I have anything to heal? How can you tell if you have anything to heal? Triggers, judgments, resentment, lack of forgiveness, memories. You begin to track them using these tools. The tools are simple, but yes, they require repetition. That's why you print out a daily tracking sheet and it walks you through it. This is going to be taught to the children in New Earth schools. And they're not going to have to go to school for 12 to 16 to 20 years to get into the club. They're going to do what they love. And we're not going to allow their imaginations to be squashed anymore by the old cabal-owned school system. So there's so many great things happening right now. You won't see it on the media yet until they're taken down, and that's going to happen soon. But I have a Telegram channel, and there's lots of stuff. It takes time to research, but the number one thing you can do every morning is wake up and go, how can I serve the collective? I love on this body for loving me unconditionally. I'm going to put good things into my body, good healthy food. I'm going to ground. I don't care whether you're vegetarian or you still eat chicken or meat. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is, how are you serving the collective? Are you in service to the collective? Are you kind and compassionate to everyone? Are you sending love to everyone on the planet, including the animals and the elementals? Are you treating them with love and respect, not thinking that you're above? Because I'll tell you what, I work with animals every day, and I know dogs that are way higher vibrational than a lot of humans. They're in their heart, their unconditional love, unless they've been abused or injured. So, time to drop the ego and go, how can I serve? How can I serve? How can I serve the collective today? You start to make that your morning mantra and remind yourself throughout the day, and you watch how the magic, the miracles, and the synchronicities begin to show up in your reality like that. Because you are the magic. You're creating all of this. We just had to forget in order to come down and agree to this mission. It's about to get really good for people that are open-minded, willing to question everything, and are holding love and kindness and compassion in their body towards themselves and to others. And yes, it may take some practice, but it's got to be done if you want to move into higher vibrational timelines. So I intend you may have found this valuable. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me. And stay excited, because this time again has been prophesied for thousands of years, and it's here now. And the timelines are splitting. So it's time to choose. And if you're looking for the tools to do it, I can help you. The book can help you. The online course can help you. Or find somebody else that you resonate with. But if you resonate with any of what I've shared, I can tell you that it works, and it's got to be done. And I share it with my clients every week. And they say, it's the most life-changing thing I've ever done. And then they go out and they share that with other people. So all I can say is, if you've made it this far, thanks for listening. And big, big love from Thailand. Stay excited. Stay in gratitude. And set your intention every morning upon awakening. I'm grateful today. I love on my body and all these cells. Talk to them, give them love, forgive yourself, and then remind yourself, how can I serve the collective today? It could just be a smile. Smile at everybody. It could be sending love and healing energy to every person, plant, animal, elemental on the planet. Anybody that's ever done you wrong. Send love and light, the violet flame, healing energy, forgiveness. Practice it. Make it your daily go-to thing. When you wake up in the morning, set an alarm on your phone to remind you throughout the day. That's what I have my clients do. Because otherwise those 50, 80,000 thoughts and those old programs are just running on automatic all day. You've got to insert something, some type of program that's going to interrupt the old automatics and practice the conscious subconscious repatterning. Got to do it. And it just takes practice. And the more you do it, you'll go, oh, wow, these are my new automatics. How wonderful. What a blessing. I'm so glad I'm remembering. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, friends. Thank you, people. Thank you, Mother Earth. Boom. Remembering who you are. And most importantly, why you came here this time. So, sending big, big love and gratitude to all of you amazing souls all over the planet that are perfectly positioned to where you are and agreed to go through growing up in families where you're the black sheep or the one nobody understands. And now you know that you were right all along and you were following your heart. It's not about ego. It's not about I told you so. Now it's about holding compassion and space for people that are going to get shocked into waking up. And you have all the tools you need. So, big, big love from Thailand. It's the most exciting time. It's going to get a little more intense, but it's going to be worth it. And we came here for this. I'm so grateful to be connected with so many amazing souls all over the planet. So grateful. Big, big love from my heart to yours.